Hello, my friends. Welcome in again. This is Katie with Handprint Legacy, and I'm so excited to have you here in our Grow Your Business Masterclass. If you are jumping in, please, you know the drill. Let us know where you're coming in from today and that you can hear us so that we're sure our tech is working right. If you're watching the replay, leave us a note in the comments, replay, and where you're calling in from. We'd love to greet you in the comments and know that you're here. Today's class is not an official class. We've had 4 master classes so far, and today's class is not going to be so much teaching, but there is going to be a lot of inspiration and nuggets for you to take away. I've got a couple of special guests that will be joining me on the call shortly, and you'll get to hear from them about their experience at Handprint Legacy Live, what God is doing in their businesses as they've sought to grow their business God's way. And then we'll also have some time again today for Q&A at the end of this. So excited to have you here. I see some are joining. Stacy from Tennessee. Beverly says, hey. Virginia is here from Indiana. Someone from Massachusetts. Wonderful. Lucy is here. Great. All right. So excited. Lori says, all the classes have been amazing. Thank you. I'm glad that you thought that they were beneficial to you. Laureen is here from Adams County, Pennsylvania. Someone from Palm Springs. Edna is here from Wallace, North Carolina. Lucia Leah in New York. Great. PJ is here again today from Maryland. Patricia from Texas. Someone from New Jersey. Awesome. All right. It's so great to have you here. I'm thankful that you're jumping in, and I know that today is going to be a blessing for you as well. So I'm going to go ahead and bring on our guest. Both of these ladies are friends of mine. They are both clients of mine as well. I've worked with them in different capacities through the years, and I'm excited for you to get to meet them and hear about what God's doing in their business, and also how God has worked in their life through their attending Handprint Legacy Live. So good afternoon, Debbie, or good morning, I guess, where you are on the other side of the U.S. And good afternoon, Jennifer. Glad you guys can be here. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Debbie, I want to start with you. You're West Coast, and tell us a little bit about your business and where you were when you came to the first Handprint Legacy Live earlier this year.
Okay, well, I'm a registered dietitian, and I've been homeschooling my son for the past 6 years. So it's kind of led to me starting a blog so that I could help homeschooling parents. And it's kind of evolved into helping them with nutrition and education materials mainly.
Awesome. And so what was the pull for you to come to Handprint Legacy Live? Where were you stuck in your business? What were you looking to get?
Well, it's been 2 years now. So I was less than a year in when, well, you know what? Actually, I think it's been 3 now. I was less than I've kind of lost track of how many years. No, you know what? It's only been 2 years, less than a year. I was
less when you're having fun.
Less than 1 year in when you actually reached out to me. I'm not sure exactly how I got a hold of it, but I had received 30 days to a bigger list. And at that point I had one subscriber. And you also friended me on Facebook. And so I was introduced to you that way also, but I was like really impressed with 30 days to a bigger list. It really helped me a lot, understand a lot of things. And then you also had another about email, and that helped me a lot also. And so when you did the God Masterclass, that was the thing that did it for me, because God is a big part of my life. And that is actually something I struggled with over the years, is that dietitian doesn't really do God stuff, right? It's secular, right? It's like a secular thing. And I struggled from the very beginning after getting my registered dietitian's license with how do I reconcile this? You know, I feel God's leading me to witness to people, but I'm not able to do that in this environment that I'm in currently. So it took a long time for him to get me here, but I feel like he used everything for the last 15 to 20 years to bring me to where I am now. And he's put you in my life right at that perfect time. And I took the class, and it really helped and encouraged me. And some of the things you said really, really spoke to my heart, like what God puts in when we have desires in our hearts, that he put them there, right? So back then it was like, well, I have these desires, but I don't know if they're from God, right? So, but because I know I'm seeking him, as long as we're seeking him, then he does give us those desires. I mean, if we're going off in the wrong direction, those desires probably aren't coming from him. But you know what I mean? The desires of, he's the one who put them there. And that's one of the big things that I've found and been encouraged by. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, we'll come back to you in just a second. Let's hear from Jennifer. And Jennifer is on East Coast U.S. time. I know we got some people here from all over the world, but Jennifer, thanks for joining us today. Tell everybody a little bit about your business and what you do.
So I am a co-owner of an online art school. I am a trained content marketing strategist, and I have a friend who is an artist. And so we got together and we built an art school for families, particularly homeschool families, but it's for families so that they can grow together and get to do art and experience the good, the true, and the beautiful in the world. So that's where I am right now. And it's not something I ever really planned to do, but it's something that God dropped in our laps. And like Debbie said, meeting up with you on social media really changed everything. And it made us realize that, like Debbie said, when you have that calling, it doesn't matter what it is. We think that callings are these big, big things, but everybody has this calling somewhere of something you're supposed to do. And it might change from time to time. But when you ignore that is when you're kind of left wandering blind. And when you go with it and give into it, then that's when you find like great fulfillment in your life and what you're really supposed to do.
Yeah. I love that. And you and your partner in the art studio seem to be a perfect mix, because she's the artsy one, right? That's got all the ideas and puts the curriculum together, and you're out there marketing it and getting it to people. And that's worked really well for you.
Yes. She calls us left brain, right brain. So that's her nickname for me.
Yeah.
Because when we do videos together, I always sit on the left. Like, we don't even plan it, but then we realize like, that's the way we're sitting when we work. So anyway.
Yeah. Awesome. And so what was it about Handprint Legacy Live that made you sign up?
I think it was the opportunity to stop and work in my business a little bit, because it's so easy to get caught up in the emails from the person I can't get into the class, and keeping with the SEO and updating plugins and making sure you get the blog posts, and so you're constantly doing things, getting all the things done, but you don't take the time to stop and look at things because you think, I don't have time to do that. And so that's what I've always enjoyed. I've done a couple events with you, and I think that is the greatest benefit of that it makes you stop and look at your business and why you're doing it, as opposed to just doing the things every day and hoping that something works, and getting worn out. I think that's the other thing, is that it's so easy to get worn out. There's so much to be done. And it gets very tiring and it's stressful. Even when business is going well, it's still a lot of work. And if you don't take that time to refresh yourself, you just can't keep up with it. So those are the two things. First of all, like investing in my business and investing time into myself to kind of catch my breath and renew my strength, and keep going.
Yeah. And that is so necessary, right? And a lot of people say it's the difference of working in your business versus on your business. Sometimes we need that sort of time away, which in this case, we may still be time at home, but time to kind of step outside the inner workings of the day to day and see the big picture and look at things from a different perspective, right? It's so needed. Yeah. So Debbie, back over to you. Share with us, Handprint Legacy Live. It's a 3-day event. Like, we're not just talking about an hour every night this week, like this class has been. Where this is an actual 3-day event, as if you were going away live for the 3 full days. How did you prepare for that when you were getting ready for the event? Or what advice do you have for others that are looking at that going like, I don't know how I'm going to be able to be home and still focus and get everything I need to from the event, with it being a 3-day format?
Well, I'm not sure how helpful I'm going to be in that area, because I have an only child and he's not real social. So I really, that wasn't a hard thing for me to do. I just put it on the calendar so I wouldn't forget. That definitely, right? Calendar.
Yep. Put it in the calendar.
Put it on my calendar so I don't forget. In fact, I put you on my calendar this morning. And my husband let me sleep in like 2 hours because I had a headache earlier, and he was like, "You need the rest." And then I off, right? So I was out walking 2 hours later, and then you're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you contacted me." But yeah, put it on the schedule. Even set it on the schedule so you don't forget. And remember how important it is. The thing is that I took a few notes here to make sure I would talk about it without. When I think about Katie, I think the word that comes up is organization. And then later, while I was waiting, focus too is a big part of it. So I have always seen myself as organized, right? But not as organized as I could be, right? And I'm all over the place in my head because I am creative, and I do get those ideas out. So I have all these lists of things, and I know that it's actually not a bad thing to write stuff down and not do it all. But on the other hand, the more organized you are, the more you can accomplish. So that was something that was part of it. And then also you talked about like doing funnel mapping and a lot of organization stuff that I've struggled with setting up myself. So that was a big part of why I set it up, or why I chose to do it. And so it was important to me. So I didn't forget, really. I didn't forget because it was important to me.
Well, and I'm glad you mentioned the funnels right there. Tell us a little bit about what helped you or what was impactful in the funnel session from the event.
Well, I have it right here. I mean, I have these awesome handouts here, and and you send this all
sneak peek at the workbook, everybody.
All the goodies, and I so you like really provided the structure, and so I wrote everything down. And of course, by the third day, you're feeling a little. I don't like to use the word overwhelmed because I don't think I felt overwhelmed. But you have a lot of information and you'll be a little bit tired, right? But so you go away later and then you can go back to it and use it. And so, so she really made that clear. I really struggled with funnel mapping and with the concept of opt-ins and how to connect them so that they don't do what they're supposed to do. And so that really helped me a lot. And actually, and what to do. Just great.
That's awesome. Somebody, Linda says, you both have blue sleeveless tanks on today. We didn't plan that, guys.
Well, we kind of dress a little bit alike. I mean, she has a lot of flowery shirts, and so do I. And
great minds there. Awesome. Thank you. Jennifer, what would you say was your biggest takeaway from the event, or the thing that helped you out the most?
I think it was the funnel mapping as well. I mean, I knew what a funnel was, and I had worked on it and done email sequences, but the way that you laid it out in the event and sitting down and working through that, and then also like the pyramid, because again, I knew most of it, but then actually you made me sit down and calculate it out. And in my head, I had an idea of like, oh, I need so many people to get here, but I really had no idea how many people I could get there because I never took the time to calculate it. So calculating it out was eye-opening at, what I needed to do. But also it gave us direction of what we had to do next to get to where we were trying to go. And as far as preparing, because I have little ones still, I have from 16 down to 3. So I bought a lot of easy foods that they like to eat and we don't have very often, and let them play games and have fun, and told them, you got to just leave me alone when I'm busy. So I made it kind of like a party for the kids, and for the most part, it was okay. The little ones visited a couple times, but it was okay.
Yeah, and we don't mind that at all. They're adorable. But yeah, that's a good idea. And I know a lot of the moms that attended the last one said that they had done meal prep in advance and had things laid out for their snacks ready for kids and stuff, so that they knew what they could get when they needed it and didn't need to bother mom in the middle of a session. So that's a good tip.
Box of snacks in a central location that they could I said, you can take whatever you want. Just don't ask me what you did, get something. So.
Right.
I guess I should have had that advice, huh? But since my husband does the cooking, I'm kind of spoiled. I'm a dietitian.
And he does
I don't have to work. Things.
I'll plan it. You cook it. That sounds like a good deal.
Things. I do have some things I created though that help with that, but it just didn't pop in my head at that point.
Awesome. Well, one of the things that we will be sending out for the those of you who join the event, those of you who come to our October 23 to 25 Handprint Legacy Live event, we're going to be sending you out in advance some of these tips and things that we've collected from others on how to maximize the day. Right. If you are, some of you will be able to maybe go to a coffee shop, or I don't know how open things are in your area at the moment. But for those of us that are going to be at home, like, we're going to be broadcasting the event right here from our house in Mexico. And so for those of us that are at home, we are going to be sending you guys some tips and a couple of maybe easy recipes that might work for you, and to give you a boost in preparing your family for the event, so that you can maximize your time that day as well, or those days during the weekend, and be able to still have things under control at home. Our oldest is 15 and our youngest is 6. So our kids don't need a ton of hand holding, but when we can lay things out in advance for them, this is what's for lunch and this is where it is, then the big ones at least are big enough to be able to get that out and ready for people. And we will have breaks throughout the day too. So don't feel like you're going to be locked away from them for 8 hours straight. You'll be able to get up and go when you need to, and check on them, eat lunch with them it won't be regular lunchtime, maybe where you are, depending on that, but we will have breaks during the day. And of course, if your little ones or your big ones want to sit and watch with you, they're welcome to do that as well. So
they don't have to, it's not so formal that
right.
You have to come in and have a question for you or something.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And someone's asking, how long do the sessions last? We're going to go from 11 a.m. Eastern time in the morning until about 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, I think, on Friday night. Saturday night, we've got a longer session after dinner. So that one's going to go a little bit longer. And then Friday will end between 4 and 5. So yeah. And Debbie says, okay, great. You just answered my question. Right. So, and we'll have breaks, but because we're not starting till 11, in order to try to take advantage of the best time zones for everyone involved, the first session is going to go 2.5 hours or so before that first big lunch break. So you're going to, we may not be breaking exactly at 12 noon wherever you are in your world, but we will have breaks for both lunch and dinner. So you can plan for that. Awesome. All right. So what else would you like to share about your experience at the event, ladies? What else stood out to you as something different from other events, or something that was really helpful?
Well, one of the things that was really interesting is that, of course, it was called the conference, right? But of course, God was a big part of it, which is really important to me, right? Is that God doesn't get ignored, because there are people that are believers or say they're believers, but they don't really want to, deal with that or whatever. So by the time I was done with the conference, or almost done, I was like, this was a retreat. That's what this was. This was more of a retreat than a conference. It was a conference, but I felt renewed in a lot of ways, not just filled with information that some people might feel overwhelmed by or whatever, but also renewed by the words that were, because I think there was at least one person that specifically dealt with just the God stuff, right? Mainly, right? Mm-hmm. Other than you.
Yes. And Sunday morning, I mentioned this before. Sunday morning, we will be having a guest speaker who will be giving basically a Sunday morning service. So a lot of you that still can't attend church in person, you may be looking for online services or whatever, attending online right now. If you want to just count that as your Sunday morning, we will be having a special inspirational session with a special speaker coming in that will be very much like a church service for us. So looking forward to that. And oops, we just lost Jennifer. Maybe she'll jump back in. So I hope that you can join us for that. And yes, a lot of people have said, several people, Debbie, have said that it felt more like a retreat, because we do have, it's not just a Zoom call, right? We're going to be able to actually open up the calls and have interaction between the attendees as well as with the speakers and things. And it's going to be really great. Somebody last time asked about the flow, like if we're on all day and it's an online thing, is it just going to, are we just going to feel like it's so heavy and it was a never ending day? Did you feel that way, Debbie, when you came?
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. And in fact, I was just remembering the breakout rooms, because it can be intimidating, talking to 30 or 40 or 50 people at one time, but the breakout rooms were like 3 to 5 people, and we got to talk. And so that was like what you were saying about we have the chance to really interact with people, and then the chatting back and forth, and there was tons of encouragement. Like everybody was there to, ready to encourage. Had doubts or questions, and people were quick to answer the questions and things like that.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, not at all. No. It was a retreat. It was an excuse to do nothing except learn. Right?
So what would you say to somebody who's still kind of thinking about it, not really sure this is what they need to do next?
Pray about it. Ask God if that's what He wants you to do. Because He definitely does do that. He makes clear when He wants us to do something. I would say take the chance. I mean, I don't think you'll regret it. I don't regret it. And I was ready to move on to the next step after. So I was really pumped up. Yeah. And I feel like I'm accomplishing a lot more just in that. How long has it been since
it's only been a month.
Yeah. I feel like I've accomplished a lot more.
Yeah.
In the last month than I probably did the last 3 months. So
fabulous.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get Jennifer back in here. There she is. Can you hear us, Jennifer? There you are.
I can.
Which, right?
I'm sorry.
All right.
Storm's going, so the service is a little funny.
Okay. Did you have anything else you wanted to share about your experience at Handprint Legacy Live?
Just that it was such a great experience. It was just so refreshing, like personally and spiritually. And I know Debbie talked about that, how it's more like a retreat, and it really did feel like a retreat. And I think that is something special that this, Katie, that people don't, that you nurture people so well. And sorry about this.
We see her.
Really dig deep into helping people and bring that faith and that hope into it, like nobody else, and truly serve your people. And I think that one of the greatest things that you do is that you do that from a place where that is very hard to find in the world. That's something that attracted me to you, and that is something that I love about you. That's a great gift that you give to the world, how you from your heart and from a point of God. So that was really the best, because the business part was awesome.
I think you're breaking up.
You're brilliant in business. Helped me.
Yeah, I think we lost you, Jennifer. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like I said, organization and focus. I think most of us that are business people are creative, and we have a ton of ideas, and needing help with organization of those ideas and the person to keep you on track and to redirect you if needed. And I think that that's a big part of, you're really good at that too.
Yeah. Awesome.
So yeah.
Any last thoughts, Debbie, for anyone thinking about buying a ticket to this October's event?
Do it.
Do it. We'll be there, right?
Do it. Okay.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here and sharing, and so excited about how your business is growing, and excited to be able to introduce you to our people as well. So Debbie and Jennifer are going to be available in the chat, guys, if you want to ask them any questions about the event, or if you've got questions about their businesses, feel free to ask them there. Thank you again, Debbie. And thank you, Jennifer. I'm sorry she was having some technical issues there. Leilani says, I am so excited about Handprint Legacy this month. That's awesome. Linda says, I felt like I had to sign up. I'm so excited to see you there. Oh, Deborah, I'm sorry. I didn't grab that. I didn't see that question in time. A question for Debbie. Maybe she can answer it for you in the chat. What kind of growth you've seen since then. Yeah. If you have to, I understand it's a live event. So if you've got to work that weekend, like there's no pressure here. But we would love to have you if you can work it out. And I know sometimes there's ways to get other people to step in for you and trade some work hours, or find a substitute or something. But if not, then we totally understand. And this event, when will it be offered again? We do these, that we did it twice this year, but we generally only do it once a year. And so the next one is going to be summer of 2021. And if you stay on the email list, you'll still get the information about that. So stay connected to us and watch for notice of that. We'll have some other things coming up in the spring, but this event will be happening again sometime next summer. So handprintlegacylive.com again is where you want to go if you need to register and get your ticket. We've had a ton of people signing up over the last 2 days. And like I said, we do expect this to sell out. So get that registration in as soon as you can. The dates will again are October 23 to 25. And we are expecting you to walk away from that Friday, Saturday, Sunday retreat, a marketing intensive retreat, with a funnel system planned out for your business. How do I bring them into my email list? How do I nurture them? How do I get them to the next thing? What is my next thing if you don't have that figured out yet, right? Yesterday, someone asked a question and I misunderstood the question during the Q&A time. She said, what if I don't have a high ticket offer or a high priced offer? And that is totally fine. This works no matter what your product or service is. The system, the principles taught here will work regardless of the price tag on your product. We're going to show you how to make it work for you. And if you don't have a higher priced product available yet, we're going to help you dream a little bit about that. We're going to help you open your eyes to some of the possibilities that could be in line for your people after you get done serving them at the current level. What's next for them, and help you do some dreaming about that as well. So you don't have to currently have high price products. You don't have to currently have any product in order to come. Someone else said, if I'm just starting my business, I don't have any products or services ready yet. Is this going to be beneficial? And I said, absolutely. The one big thing that I would do differently if God gave me a chance to go back to day one and start over with our business would be to invest in learning the marketing sooner. Because the marketing is such a key piece, and we have struggled, and we have done trial and error, and we have made the mistakes, and we have hired the coaches so that now we can teach you how to do it easier and faster, and you can save yourself all of the headache that we went through to learn what we know and do what we do today. So super excited for you to come, regardless of the niche, regardless of the product, regardless of how many or how few you have currently. Come and learn and be refreshed. Like Debbie said, she was not the only one who told us afterwards that it really felt like a retreat. And we hope that you will feel the same from coming, because all of this starts with the truth. Everything I teach comes from the foundation of what is the truth? What does God say about my business, about my circumstance, about my customer service, about the way that I offer my offers, about the way that I treat my customers and clients, about the way that I treat the people who are never going to be my customers and clients, right? It all starts with him, because he's the owner of the business. And as such, we get to hear from him on how he wants us to run things. And so that's the part that brings refreshment, because God's word is always transformative and refreshing to our lives. So I hope that you will sign up if you haven't already, handprintlegacylive.com. There's more details there on that page. There are testimonial videos of others that you can watch. We heard from Debbie and Jennifer today. We heard from a couple of people in the group already. We had the guests that were on with me yesterday to share as well. And I've got some more special guests coming up later this week. So be watching for that information as well. And you'll get to hear from some other people in other niches. And I wanted to have a variety of niches so that you could see that it's all different kinds of products, right? Jennifer is doing marketing for an art curriculum. Debbie is a dietitian and a homeschool resources person, right? The people that we had on yesterday. Samantha is doing a Christian counseling and coaching, right? PJ is doing the same and teaching English as a second language as well. Tomorrow we're going to hear from someone who is in direct sales. And then let me look at my list and see direct sales and somebody who is an author and a speaker. That's on the list tomorrow. And then on Friday, we're hearing from someone who is a doula, essentially, and her and her husband have a business together, and he has like 10 years of experience as a prenatal intensive care nurse. So that's going to be super interesting. And then we're also going to hear from a professional quilter, right? So all kinds of niches, no matter what your business is, you can use what God has put in your hands to serve him. And these marketing tactics, because they're based on biblical foundations, can apply to your business regardless of what that is. So I hope that you'll be with us again the next couple of days. Tomorrow's class is going to be at 5:00 Eastern, a little bit later. We had to juggle some times in order to get people in that we wanted to hear from. But you can join us tomorrow at 5:00 p.m. And then on Friday, we're aiming for 2:00 p.m. So if you need to note those times, but we'll also be sending out emails for that. The replays of our masterclass are up and available for you in the announcements tab of this group. They are also in the link in your email. We've got a page on our website set up where they're all in one place and together for you if you need to go there and watch them. You can still invite people to join. The videos and things will be up all the way through Friday. And Friday is also the deadline to join the Handprint Legacy Live to get your ticket for that event. All right. The event is October 23 through 25, and we need you to get your ticket by Friday, October 9th, in order to secure your place and save your spot for that event. So we'd love to have you do that. When you go to sign up, there's a registration form to fill out. That's step number 1. And then step number 2 is submitting your payment for the ticket. So be sure that you do both of those pieces so we can get your spot reserved and get you in there for that event. All right, a couple of questions that I'm seeing. And if you have others, please post them in the chat and we can take some questions now. Well, Julie says, I signed up. Join me. Yay, yay, yay. Awesome. Cherie, message me, Cherie. We can help you if you couldn't get in successfully. So let me send us a message and me or my team can help you with that. Okay. For sure. If you're having technical issues at all, message us and let us know. We can help you. Oh, yep. That was that question for Jennifer. Let's see. Will we get a workbook and will we need to print it out? We will have a workbook for the event and you will get that within a couple of days of the event so that you'll have time to print it out if you want to print it out. And it'll be like this, right? It's not absolutely necessary. You can also just take notes on whatever you want to take notes on. But we will be providing a workbook for the event that you can print in advance if you wish to. All right. Karen says, are people finding people to collaborate with through the training and discussion? Yes. Several of the attendees that I know for a fact that they have kept in contact after the event and have been able to collaborate on some things. So there is absolutely potential for you to find people to collaborate with. Linda says, direct sales. Yay. Yes. We'll be hearing from someone tomorrow in the direct sales group. Patricia says, do you have evergreen classes waiting for months to get into your wisdom in a live event? Feel sad. I'm so sorry. Don't be sad. We do have a couple of things that we offer on an ongoing basis. And someone will be posting that in the group for you either on Friday, I believe is when we have that plan to share. But yeah, we would love to have you at the event if you can be. If not, please stay connected on our email list so that we can let you know of the other things that come up as they come up. All right. All right. And Julie says, wonderful to have a quilter. That's my niche. Yay. I love quilting too. I don't do it for business, but I love to do it as I have time. So awesome. I'm in a coaching program and looking to launch my product in December. I already have a funnel. So what else does this benefit me with? the event, if you already have a funnel, I guarantee you're going to learn something new regarding your funnel, regarding how you can nurture those people. You may even learn something new in regards to your entire product suite and how you serve those people at each level. So I still would highly recommend it. It's $97 for the 3-day event. And so, I mean, the equivalent of a 30-hour class, pretty much, if you come, and I guarantee you that you'll come away with something. All right. MLM suggestion, says Nora. Yes, we have people in who attended last time who were also MLM and took away a lot of great things to help them market their business as well. So that's awesome. All right, I'm looking for more questions. Anyone have other questions for us today? All right. Here's someone. Taking the time to dive deeply into your funnel and your plans and goals is priceless. I think no matter where you are, this event can serve you to grow your business. Also, I learned about funnels in the past, but Katie taught it and opened up so many more ideas and possibilities. Not just a typical funnel. There's a system, and the system works for growth. Thank you. I'm not sure who posted that, but thank you for sharing that. All right. Question: if we miss a session, will there be a replay? This is a live event. So we are treating it as much as a live event as possible. And we believe that the structure of the event, the way that the sessions are structured, the way that there will be interaction, the way that the material is presented with the work time and the engagement time, that you're going to get the absolute best benefit from being there live and in person. And so we want you to be able to set aside the time and to be able to be all in, to be all present and take advantage of that. And so we know that if we offered recordings, that a lot of you would sign up just to get the recordings and then not come and ultimately not go back and watch them and implement. And so this event is going to be live and in person, and we're not offering recordings for it. You need to be there and be able to put the time in, and I guarantee you're not going to regret it. So there won't be replays at the live event. Joining live will be through a Zoom call where we have the opportunity to open up and interact in a two-way manner. So the actual tech that we're using will be Zoom, but the format of the event, I guarantee, is like nothing that you've seen before. So it'll be very much like a live event, and very engaging and interactive. You're going to love it. All right. Thank you, Jennifer. Yep. Thank you, Jennifer and Debbie, for sharing. Awesome. All right, you guys, it's been great hanging out with you again today. I hope you took away some inspiration from Jennifer and Debbie being with us. Looking forward to all that God has in store for us. And again, the replays of this class are available here through Friday, and your tickets for Handprint Legacy are also open through Friday. HandprintLegacyLive.com is where you go to get those. And of course, we are still engaging. Our team is still active in the group. And so if you've got questions for us, tag me in the group so that we're sure that we can see them and get those answered. And also, if you've got a question or an issue with payment for the event, let us know and we'll get you helped there. We do have a giveaway to announce today. Our giveaway winner was randomly chosen from those who responded to our Day 4 takeaway post. And again, love reading all that God is doing in your lives and in your hearts. And it truly is a blessing to others when you share those things. And so while we'd love to reward everyone who was active, we're doing for some what we wish we could do for all. And so today, Maggie Caranya has been selected randomly from that thread to be able to win an audio copy of our book, Faith Like Flamingos. And so Maggie, someone from our team will be messaging you on Facebook to give you information on how to claim your audio copy of the Faith Like Flamingos book. So congratulations to Maggie, and to the rest of you who are sharing. Please continue to share as God continues to show you things. We love hearing about that from you, and just excited about the community that's forming in here and the way that you are loving on each other and sharing God's inspiration and encouragement with one another. And we look forward to serving you here through Friday. Okay. Tomorrow's live. We're aiming for 5:00, and Friday again around 2. So put that on your calendar, and we hope to see you back here again. And God bless you. Have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon.